Hey everybody, I am David, and today I want to do a video on celebrating me, because today is my birthday, and it's my video channel. I can talk about whatever topics I want, and I thought it would be fun to do a little video that explores the past. And first of all, a little bit of trivia for you. Did you know that Matt LeBlanc, who played Joey on Friends, his birthday is also today? That's right, he was also born on July 25th. So that's really cool. Obviously a different year. He's a little bit older than me. So I think by like 10, 15 years maybe. I don't know. I don't remember the year he was born in. But yeah, I know he was born July 25th. I know that Hercules, that movie starring Dwayne Johnson, came out on July 25th back in 2014. Say what you want about the movie, but it's the only movie I could find, the only blockbuster I can find that came out on that year. That Power Ranger movie that came out last year in 2017 of March was supposed to come out originally July 25th, 2016. So Saban could have gave me an awesome gift because I really enjoyed that movie a lot, but he took it away from me. So now we're getting into this video. First of all, I would like to thank Collider Movie Talk. You know, I watch those guys on a regular basis. I've been watching them since they were AMC Movie Talk, back when John Campea hosted the show. So I love these guys. You know, I've been with them. I listen to them on a daily basis. And today I decided to write in a question. I've written in things before. I've actually had a few things on their show that were presented on their show as a question. So either a mailbag question. I know I got one mailbag question. It was a long time ago, and one or two. I think one Twitter question, and this was like the second Twitter question, I believe, that I got in there, and I was super excited about it, because I wanted a birthday shout out. I hear people getting birthday shout outs all the time, and I'm like, I want one too. So I wrote in around lunchtime because I knew around there is when they start filming. For me, it's lunch. For them, it's like morning still. Like because LA is 4 hours earlier than Toronto, and I sent in a question saying, hey, it's my birthday, can I get a little shout out? And I also said that one of my favorite things to do is to watch my favorite movies on my birthday, which is The Dark Knight. Next year might be Avengers Infinity War. I'm just saying. That's about to change very soon. If Infinity War was out right now, it's going to be out on digital format next Tuesday. But if it was out right now, that would be the movie I'd probably be watching today. But since it's not, I'm choosing The Dark Knight. I'm having a Dark Knight trilogy marathon. I deliberately watched Batman Begins last night. Tonight I'm watching The Dark Knight just so it could be extra special. And I sent it in, and then, okay, I don't listen to Movie Talk until around 3 o'clock, 3:30, around there, when they put it up on the podcast. And I was listening to them throughout their entire show today, before work ended, and I heard something interesting. I'm gonna play the clip. Hopefully Collider is cool with me playing their clip on my channel, because it made me smile. So here it is.
All right, last question, and then we'll call it a day. David Jordeo says, it's my birthday today. Can I get some birthday love? Yes, you can, David. Happy birthday. We'll see a Panera across the street during our TIFF meetup. I usually like celebrating my birthday by watching my favorite movie of all time, which would be The Dark Knight. So I pose the question to y'all, what's your birthday movie? It doesn't have to be something that is about like a birthday, but if it's your birthday and you sit down, you want to watch a movie, what are you catching?
Well, first, happy birthday. My go-to is, no surprise, Jurassic Park Scream, but it is a birthday tradition in my family because my birthday tends to fall. Actually, this year it is on Thanksgiving Day. And as a family of 4, my immediate family, now a family of 5, actually, we all go out and see a movie, a brand new release, and it's always my pick. So I got to figure out what I'm going to make everyone go see this year. Might be Wreck-It Ralph.
All right. What do you got, Roka?
Armageddon for the morning, Top Gun in the afternoon, and Godfather Part 2 at night. That's my birthday Usually when I'm left to my own devices. That's little treats I get because I love all three of those films for
No
different reasons.
Citizen Kane?
No, Kane is every day. So it's not, it wouldn't separate it as a birthday.
I should have known.
Yeah, Kane and Logan. Logan's coming real close. Logan is coming real close to Citizen Kane level viewership. So
Yeah, I was going to say, Logan gets regular play at the Roca household. This past birthday, I watched Top Secret, my favorite spoof movie of all time. It's one of the great comedies, and it still holds up. I know a little German. He's sitting over there.
So, yes, I got a happy birthday shout out from Mark Ellis and Perry, and John Roca didn't really say happy birthday, but I think he said it in his mind. That's why. Or he was letting Mark and Perry say it for them. And maybe he's still angry at me because I had a little argument with him, Twitter conversation, where I disagreed with him that Blade Runner 2049 wasn't the best movie ever. And then prior to that, there was another conversation where I was explaining why Jurassic Park franchise was better than the Transformers franchise. Anyways, before I get off topic, what was even more cooler about that was that Mark Ellis actually pronounced my last name correctly, which was freaking amazing. So I want to say extra thank you to Mark Ellis, as if they're going to watch my videos. But hey, he pronounced my name correctly, which is something that a lot of people usually never do. They say Jordao, and it always sounds cringeworthy to me. So the fact that he pronounced it correctly was actually an extra plus for me. So moving on, let's get right into my main topic of my video. These are the movies that came out the week I was born. I like looking back at things and what was going on the year I was born on. But thanks to Box Office Mojo, they go back to 1982. I was born in 1983, which means that allowed me to look at the week, what movies were out that week, the week I was born. So this is from July 22nd to 28. I was born on the 25th, so somewhere it was a Monday. So this is how... I think it was a Monday. Anyways, July 22nd to 28. I know Monday is in there, or my birthday's somewhere in there. Let's get right into this. Let's look at this list. On number 1, Jaws 3D had just come out that week. Jaws 3D, I don't remember seeing it too much, but I remember seeing bits and pieces of it on television one time. And let's just say this. I've only seen the first 2 Jaws movies and kind of avoided the other 2. And from what I heard, it was a good decision. Moving on, Staying Alive. I have never seen Staying Alive, so I don't know if it's good or not. Hopefully it's good. I don't know. One day I'm going to binge all these movies so I can live the week, the movies that were around on the week I was born. Good or bad, I want to try to watch them all one time. Moving on, number 3, Return of the Jedi was still in theaters for 9 weeks back during that week. That's crazy. That was when there wasn't a lot of competition, so you didn't have a lot to choose from. And Return of the Jedi was clearly the blockbuster of that week. It made $11 million. Crazy. Obviously, everybody knows Star Wars. Return of the Jedi is not... It used to be my favorite of that original trilogy. But yeah, obviously I didn't see them in theaters back when they were originally released. I was just born when Return of the Jedi was in theaters for 9 weeks. So I didn't get that chance. But I did eventually get into them when the re-release happened in 97. I didn't see Return of the Jedi in theaters yet. Then I only saw the original one. But Return of the Jedi was for a while my favorite Star Wars movie until I started getting older and realizing, and my taste started changing, and I realized I like Empire Strikes Back a lot more. Moving on, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the reissue in 1983. So I'm guessing that's the re-release because before... the late 80s, mid 80s, I don't know, when VHSs became available, I believe they re-released movies in theaters quite a lot, especially the popular ones that a lot of people got to see. That was the way I believe people got to revisit those old movies, when they were re-released in theaters. So reissue, I'm not sure what that means. Maybe somebody in the comment section, someone who is more associated with the history of films, can explain that. but I think I got it more or less right. At number 5, there was a movie called Class, which just came out that year. Never seen it. Trading Places, I'm going to admit this too. I haven't seen that movie. Came out in 6th place. War Games came out in 7th. Octopussy, which was a James Bond, Roger Moore film, was out on its 7th week. Octopussy, obviously I've seen Octopussy. I've seen all the James Bond movies from Dr. No onward. I became a Bond fan in 2006 when Casino Royale was coming out. And you know what? I don't mind all the Bond films. I've enjoyed actually all of them to various degrees. And Octopussy, I remember thinking it was a good one of the better ones of the Roger Moore era. Clearly, the title can attract a lot of people because it's a odd title, Octopussy. Okay, I mean, it's a title that even apparently New Line Cinema wouldn't let Austin Powers spoof. So that says apparently James Bond got away with it somehow by using that title. Moving on, Flashdance was at number 9. Superman 3 was at number 10. It was in its 6th week. Superman 3, I've talked about it before. I've done a review for Superman 3. I think it's an okay Superman movie. I don't think it's down there with Supergirl or Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. I think there are some moments there that I can see how fans can enjoy. I think it was cool that they had Lana as the main love interest in that one, especially for someone who obviously grew up with Smallville. Going back and seeing Superman 3 made me appreciate that a little bit more, that Lana became the forefront after Lois being in the first two. And that garbage dump scene where the evil Superman fights Clark Kent was actually pretty cool. Then we move on, Porky's 2 the next day. I heard about Porky's. I never seen either Porky's 1 or Porky's 2. Twilight Zone, the movie, which was in its 5th week, was at number 12. And Mr. Mom had also just came out that week. Mr. Mom is with Michael Keaton. It's a comedy. It's a movie that that was the reason why people were unsure about Michael Keaton playing Batman, was because of Mr. Mom and Beetlejuice. People were like, Michael Keaton? Really? The guy from Mr. Mom? And this is why you don't judge people until they actually play the role. Then you can see, okay, let's see how versatile this person is. Because just because they've done one thing in the past doesn't mean they can only do that one thing. They're called actors for a reason. You just have to give them that chance to prove themselves. That was the 13 movies that came out on the week I was born. That's pretty cool. Some of them I'm aware of, some of them I've seen. Obviously Return of the Jedi is my favorite one there. And then we have the top 10 movies domestically. That was domestic, by the way, the domestic box office. And also domestically, we got the top 10 movies of the year, which I thought would be a lot of fun to look at. So these are the top 10 movies domestically in North America that came out in 1983. So this is not in July. This is in 1983, the whole year this movie. All these movies are the same age as me, pretty much, or going to be the same age as me later this year. So at number 10, Risky Business. I've never seen Risky Business. Maybe I should. I think I've heard people talk about it. Mr. Mom, funny enough, the week that I was born, came out at number 9. It was the 9th highest movie, making over 64 million. Staying Alive, which I believe was also on that list of that week I was born, but it was already out in theaters, came out at number 8. Sudden Impact, never seen it, came out at number 7. Octopussy came out at number 6. War Games was there too, wasn't it? Came out at number 5 in 1983. Trading Places came out at number 4 with 90 million. Flashdance was at number 3. Some of these were in there in that list that I was reading off that was in my week. Terms of Endearment, that one wasn't. So that one was at number 2 with over $100 million, which I'm guessing was a big deal at the time. But even more so, Return of the Jedi was at number 1, making over $252 million. So I'm guessing that was really big back then, because 200 million, like, isn't that how much Solo made already? Back then, things were different, prices were different, so their budgets were most likely different too. So Return of the Jedi, obviously, number 1, no surprise there. I'm surprised no Disney movie, but I don't think no Disney film animated came out that year, and I think Disney Animation was already slowly having some trouble during that time. But yeah, it's cool, like, looking back, I think, at some of the movies that were around during the year I was born and the month I was born, or the week I was born, because it's just fun looking at history, what was going on during the time when I was being alive, you know, coming into the world. I think it's pretty cool. And there's probably people, like, older than me, like, what were you, if there's anybody older than me watching this, what were you doing during this time? Were you one of those people that was watching Return of the Jedi that week when I was born? Because I was just being born. I want to know if there's people older than me out there, if you know what you were doing the day of July 25th, comment below and tell me, because I am so curious about what, you know, about history, about life. Like, it's always interesting knowing that other people are having their own story going on. And my story was just beginning that day, so on July 25th. So comment below if you were born after me. Well, tell me what movies were playing in the year you were born in. Go on Wikipedia. That's how I found some of this information. Type in the year you were born in film, and put that list down of all the movies, the top 10 movies that were out the year you were born in. Sometimes you'll find some interesting ones. Or if you were born in 1982 and onward, like I was, go to Box Office Mojo, check out their weekly box office, and check out the week or weekend, whatever you want to pick. It's your choice. What movies came out the week you were born in. I think it's fun looking at that stuff, and hopefully other people do too. So guys, comment below, have a fun discussion, have some fun with this video. Like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, take care.